Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins and the Chicago Bears.
Yes.
This is much more live with Aaron and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, John?
What's up?
Excellent.
Welcome, everybody, to Harry Hog Football episode numero 587, in which we talk about the debacle of a game for the 385th episode in Redskins Harry Hog history.
Cut!
Let me see. Is this thing working?
Dude.
Is this thing working? Because remember how to use my thing last time. I'm gonna see.
You're back in your high life again.
It looks like the chats are working.
There we go. Dude, I wore my Darryl Green jersey. It's 20-year jersey. Got the patches, 20-year Darryl Green jersey. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Where can you see? There you go. I'm wearing this because we need something to I don't know, like try to pump up the troops that we have on defense, because we got guys going down. Apparently our defense just sucks this year. They just suck.
They suck.
They just suck. So much money going into the defense, and they suck.
You know, after
Ron
this game,
Rivera's the same mediocre guy every freaking year.
after I turned this game off while I was in the hotel room with my family and being quiet after the game because they were all sleeping.
And I praise you for that.
Trying to watch the post game, and I got to Ron Rivera's press conference and heard him say one more time, we have to look at the tape and get better and improve and things like that. And I just turned it off. I was like, what does he even do? Like, why do I even watch these press conferences? He never says anything except we're going to watch the stupid tape.
I never watch the press conferences for that.
And figure out what's going on and get better.
I never watch it because guys, we have to watch the tape, okay? And we'll have to fix it, okay?
This is a process? Guys, I can't tell you what's going on right now because I haven't seen the tape. Well, you saw the game from the sideline.
Dude, I posted the thing on there on our Discord chat that we have, and what is our thing over there? Discord, tinyurl.com/Harry HF. And you can go to our Discord chat room, Redskins Fans only. And what was I going to say? That's a good one. Dick Butkus is the only reason this loss didn't sting as much. Like Dick Butkus
came from the grave.
Yeah. I mean, they pulled one out for that guy. That's for sure. Like, we didn't have any idea. Like who was good in this game?
What is it? DJ Cool 4, what's up? Is over in the YouTube room, and through the power of technology, X Factor 357 is chatting him from the Discord room. How about that? And yet we still can't get our audio to work right for a full episode.
But anyway, Ron Rivera, I posted a picture of him. He's looking right at that. What was that play? Wasn't it the first quarter where we obviously had a first down? I think Logan Thomas had the ball.
And they didn't challenge it.
And we didn't challenge it. And Ron Rivera's standing right there. How can you not see that he has the first down? Throw the flag. What does he do?
He makes bad calls. He makes bad calls, dude.
He's checked out. He's checked out. I said this that night. I said he and Del Rio are checked out. They know they are lame duck coaches. This is the only year. The only reason they weren't fired already is because it was too late to fire them and get good people in from Harris.
Dude,
but I mean, you
could have got me and you in there. We would have done better than these guys. We'd have been like, hey, guess what, Eric Bieniemy? Maybe we shouldn't throw it 99.9% of the game because guess what? The defense is going to know that we're going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And we have a rookie quarterback who's been sacked 50 times this year, and we're just going to let him sit back there like a sitting duck because they know we're going to pass.
Most sacked quarterback in the NFL.
And then,
he's on pace to be the most sacked quarterback in the NFL this year, ever.
And then at the end of the game, when we're losing by like 17 or 20 points and the game's obviously over, they leave him in there to throw it more. They don't even run it at that point to run out the clock. And then they're calling timeouts then. Like we're going to come back in a minute. 1 minute. What is wrong with
you, Ron?
Let's leave him in there and get him some more experience of getting sacked.
Yeah. I mean,
timeout. Why are you calling a timeout? We're in enough misery without like making it go another 2 minutes and seeing our quarterback get sacked again.
I don't want to go into the locker room of a timeouts, okay?
Well, then use them when we obviously had a first down. What's the worst that could happen? They take a timeout.
Yeah. They're done.
Gosh.
They know they're lame duck coaches. They're getting fired. Hopefully, he's gonna clean house. Like Eric Bieniemy will hopefully still be here, and some other like secondary coaches and stuff like that. Not our secondary coaches, but some secondary coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jennifer King.
Jennifer King needs to be the head coach.
She could be the head coach.
These dudes suck. All right.
It's the vanilla 1985 Bears defensive scheme that we're using that we are not good enough to use in 2023 against like anybody. Everyone knows what we're doing. Justin Fields said that they knew what that we were doing days before the game.
Dude, I'm glad he knows what we were doing because I don't know what we're doing.
Right.
I don't know what we're doing. Every single play, to me, it looked like our safeties were running in to where the linebackers are supposed to be. I don't know where the linebackers went because they obviously weren't rushing the quarterback because we were only rushing 4 every play. Where were the linebackers? What did they do? I didn't see them on the field. I saw safeties running up and dudes getting burnt with no help is what I saw.
Manuel Forbes getting burnt over and over again because they think that he's the second coming of Darrelle Revis. And then they finally took him out of the game. And Fuller got burnt.
And then Fuller got burnt going for like a Dion play where he went all or nothing. And he got nothing.
Man.
They suck. The defense, and there's no excuse. I think I heard Al Galdi say that 6 out of our last 7 first-round picks were on the defense.
We've put so much time and money into our defense, and this is what we have. We have an 8-1 team. Again. But I mean, this
what are you talking about? We're going to have I don't know what we're going to have.
4-12-1. 4-13.
Because we played pretty good against the Eagles. Kind of. We kind of sucked and came back in that. Like every game we pretty much sucked and then came back. Right? Every single one.
Except for the Bills. Except for the
Bills, we just sucked. But all the other games we sucked and then came back, and 2 out of those games we were actually able to win. The Bears, we started to come back, but then Logan Thomas fumbles it. That was one thing that happened.
Scored a touchdown, but then had that terrible fumble. It was it just reminded me of Chris Cooley back in the day because he would just fight, and you're just like, dude, you better go down before you fumble.
Dude, I'm just flabbergasted that we ran let's go over to the offensive side of the ball. Why are we running what's his name? Robinson, right? Why is this?
Yeah.
I'm having a brain fart. He ran the ball 6 times in the whole game.
6 times.
That's whole game. And then the other 4 runs were by Sam Howell. And for all I know, that just could be stats that were him getting sacked Or
really, like him trying to scramble and whatnot. Yeah, 6 runs. Like I think you said, well, what was the like they stopped running in the first half. Like they didn't have a run in the whole second half, like a designed run.
The stat that I heard, and I don't know if it's true. I obviously haven't gone back to watch that debacle again. But the stat that I heard was that we had 55 straight pass attempts, which started 8 minutes in the second quarter. Through the end of the game, there were no designed runs. And of course, they're including like Sam Howell getting sacked and scrambling and maybe getting a
Is he sitting at home thinking he's playing Madden on what
is?
Yeah.
You're not playing Madden, dude. This is not Madden. You can't pass every single play.
Yeah, because they'll know. They'll know. But they already knew. Justin Fields knew what we were doing. On defense and on offense, I'm sure they know what we're doing on there too.
We never blitz like once a game, if that. We never change. Everything looks the same to me every single defensive play. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know schemes and this and that and all the formations, because I don't. But I know that it didn't work, whatever you're doing, and it hasn't worked. We've given up 30 points at least in every game except one, and that was against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be a good defense. They suck. The only person that I thought played well was Chase Young.
We have 6 first-round picks starting, if you include Forbes, who's gotten benched a couple of times this year now. I don't know if he's going to start this weekend, but he might because Forrest and Reeves got hurt and are on IR. We don't know how long for that.
Wait, did Forbes get benched twice in a row? Is that true?
He got benched in 2 different games.
2 in 1 week. And 4 days apart. Is that right? Or did he not get benched against the Eagles?
I don't know what the other one was.
Those 2 games like blurred together because I was on vacation. So it was like, oh, we got a game. Oh, we got another game.
Hold on. Let me catch the monorail.
Dude, I knew that we were either going to win a squeaker against the Bears or we were going to get blown out. And I try to be optimistic. But something about night games, something about teams that have bad streaks, 14. As soon as they say the Bears have lost 14 games in a row, it's over. They're playing us.
Yeah.
And there's been so many teams that have had some bad streaks, or a quarterback has had a bad streak, or a running back has had 50 games in a row without breaking 50 yards, and then they'll just go off on us. It doesn't matter what it is. And speaking of someone that went off in this game, Greg Stroman Jr., our cast-off, destroyed us.
Yeah.
Stroman destroyed us. He had a sack. He had a sack. Chase Young didn't, but Greg Stroman Jr. had a sack. And what else did he? Did he have an interception too?
He had a tackle for a loss and a sack.
Did he have an interception?
Let's see.
Am I on crack? I don't know. He's getting my game ball, and then you can remind me that he doesn't play for our team anymore.
I'm looking to see.
I'm
still looking. He had a quarterback hit, pass defended. It doesn't say. Oh, he did. He did have a pick. He did have a pick. It was like a one-man wrecking crew in this game. And when they first said Stroman, I was like, I know that name.
Yeah, he played for us.
Yeah.
He's getting my game ball. Dude, X Factor says you're right. 2 games in a row that Emmanuel Forbes got benched.
He got benched really late in the first one.
You know who needs to get benched is Jack Del Rio. I was calling for him to be fired that night. I went on there after Magic Johnson's tweet and was like, dudes, we have so much draft capital spent on the defensive side of the ball. There's no excuse. Jack Del Rio needs to go tonight or something like that. And he didn't even respond to me. I don't know what his deal is. But I don't know. I'm at a loss of words now.
Yeah. By the way, Cody Barton, our Bargain Basement Cole Holcomb, get his backup is David Mayo. So if you wanted to, so I don't know if he really wants to, if anybody really wants to update him. But I guess we.
Ken in Nova Scotia would really like to see some David Mayo in there. Well, what happened to Kalik Hudson? They were like, he had a strong camp. We haven't seen him at all.
Dude, I just can't wait to get rid of this coaching staff and get rid of the Martys, who are all appointed by Ron. Get rid of what's his face that's in front. George, right? What's his name?
Who?
What's his name? The guy, I don't know. He's like the director of non-football stuff. Jason Wright, right?
Oh, that guy.
Jason Wright, yeah. Dan Snyder appointment guy. Yeah, I think. I mean, Harris should be like lining up people like right now to take over for all these guys. All hush hush, of course. But I mean, we're gonna have the final Sunday of the season, and then Monday morning rolls around. The Washington Commanders have fired everybody except for EB.
And by the way, they're changing their name. EB is still offensive coordinator. Jennifer King has been promoted to head coach. And Ryan Kerrigan has been promoted to defensive coordinator.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only reason Del Rio hasn't been fired is because he and Ron Rivera are like friends. But I mean, why can't you just move Ryan Kerrigan right in there to call plays? And maybe he's not good. I don't know. Who knows?
I think Ryan Kerrigan probably has more sacks in his career than Jack Del Rio, but I'd have to look that up. In fact,
Isn't he the sack leader
for
the Washington Redskins? Even I think Dexter Manley is the unofficial one.
I'm looking at Jack Del Rio's stats.
Sack leader.
What's his stats? He's had 13 sacks in his whole career. That's it.
You would have talked about a vanilla lineman, man. Jeez.
And now let me look at.
No wonder he plays. But he plays like we've got a bunch of all pros on our team, and we don't. We just don't.
You want to know how many sacks Ryan Kerrigan has had?
100 and.
Why is this so hard for me to find? It should just pop right up.
137.
No, he hasn't. He's had 95 and a half sacks compared to Jack Del Rio's 13. Bring Ryan Kerrigan in there. He knows how to sack.
Then we would get the sack record with our defensive ends.
Del Rio needs to go home. I'm done with him. I'm done with him and Ron.
The only reason
they can share an Uber.
The only reason, I mean, Harris would have to go to Rivera and be like, fire him. That's the only reason that he would get fired. And I don't think Harris wants to go in there and be like, I'm a rash owner. I'm going to fire him before the end of the season. I think he's going to wait for the season to play out. He's going to have a lot more choices for GM and coaching at that point. And people are going to want to come here finally, which is going to be really, really nice. That's that. Just the fact that people will be like, hey, yes, Washington sounds good.
Yeah, I'm an offensive lineman that'll actually play for you since, you didn't have some Dr. Death, like, almost let me get misdiagnosed cancer in my head. Our best offensive lineman ever is still kicking behind for the 49ers.
Dude, stop. We got a 3rd and a 5th round pick for him.
Who did we get? Who did we use those on? I'll tell you.
No idea.
Greg Stroman Jr.
Yeah, right.
I don't know who we used for him.
Junior.
But I bet you they're probably not still playing on the team. I'm going to look up who did we get. Someone knows that. X Factor, you know that. I don't have time to look this up. This is you guys' job. This is a community effort.
It's Josh's job.
Josh is asleep in Scotland.
Scotland.
He's asleep. Anyway,
I expect
someone.
Actually, he probably isn't. He's probably drinking coffee and like designing lights.
X Factor 357, I think, has a membership to like what is it? That advanced stats page where you pay to get the stats.
Oh yeah.
Pro Football Focus or whatever. Look that up, dude. Tell us. What was I asking? I don't even remember.
I don't know, but you and I need to get tickets. I was looking today, tickets for the game we want to go to.
Well, we should wait until after next week when we get destroyed again, and those tickets are going to go way down.
They're going to drop like a rock. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll figure some stuff out. Okay.
Now he's trying to say he doesn't have a membership. Maybe it was Shanny or someone. I don't know. Someone in here has a membership.
With somebody who had a membership to the All-Pro Club was DJ Moore, who just absolutely destroyed. DJ Moore is the only wide receiver on the Bears who had a catch.
Dude, let's talk about that. We talked about us only having 10 runs. The Chicago Bears had, like John said, 3. I thought it was only 3 receivers that caught it. Was it only 1 receiver?
It was 1 receiver and 2 tight ends.
That's it.
That's it. 1 receiver. DJ Moore caught all the balls for the wide receivers.
They only had 15 receptions the whole game, and they got 40 points on 15 catches. DJ Moore had over half of them. 8 catches for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns by himself.
Fantasy football nirvana right there.
By himself.
We can't do anything until the coaches go away, because I swear we have people who could be all pro if they had anything better than mediocre coaching.
John, if you're at your Pop Warner League and you're a little children's football coach, and they have one kid on the other team that's smoking everyone, what do? You double them.
You double team that person. Yeah.
Even the smallest league can know this. That guy's killing us. Let's put 2 dudes on him every play, and then we'll see what happens.
They do that to McLaurin on our team.
Yeah, take your chances with the other guys who aren't even catching passes. Take a chance.
Chance.
And it wasn't like he was just burning Forbes, like you said. He was burning everybody. And then there was not a safety back to help.
Yeah.
Because they were they were in no man's land. We don't know what they were doing. I want to watch the all 22 of this game now and try to figure it out.
I don't think they know what they're doing either. That's the problem.
And neither does Jack Del Rio, because he's only had 13 sacks in his whole career. He doesn't know how to get sacks or cause pressure. What makes him qualified to coach? Because he played a couple years? How does that make you qualified to coach? I've never understood that. Or is it just you know people?
Dude, he took the Jacksonville Jaguars to like the AFC Championship game, didn't he? With Mark Brunell, Yellow Cake himself.
Yeah, you're right. Yellow Cake.
Yellow Cake.
Except then it was like Teal Cake.
Oh yeah,
it
was like
Teal Cake.
Yellow.
Teal Cake. Cheetah Cake. Cheetah Cake.
Oh man, sounds like a commercial.
I can't even read that. X Factor 357. The Washington Redskins trade Williams to the 49ers, and they got Sadiq.
Okay, all right.
And I can't see who the other person is they got. I don't know. They got someone else with the fifth.
Tackle with the second pick.
It was Tom Coughlin that took the Jags to the
Was
AFC
it really?
Oh, okay.
Before Jack Del Rio was there? Or was
Cheetah Cake.
Well, either way, Cheetah Cake failed.
Mark Brunell is a Cheetah Cake.
Cheetah Cake.
We got Keith Ismail, the other dude. So Keith Ismail and Sadiq Charles, we traded for Trent Williams because of our Dr. Death scandal, one of our 800 scandals that helped ruin the team. Slow clap.
Yay,
thank you, Snyder.
Hooray for me.
And why, for the last 4 or 5 years, we're like, we need offensive linemen. And we keep getting these castaway dudes. One of the worst dudes, Wiley.
Oh, man.
Statistically from last year.
He has not helped. He has not helped himself at all.
And then we get Megadeth Gates in the middle that does that horse sneeze thing before he hikes the ball every time. Josh is like, it's hard for me to watch this with that horse sneeze every play.
See, there's other guys who do that as centers on different teams. Not every team, but other dudes. But because it's our team now, Josh, like every other snap, he's like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. I can't.
You know what I can't watch? The pathetic defense and offense. I mean, the offense is better. We're putting up points. But our quarterback cannot go the entire season getting hit that many times.
No,
he just cannot.
Not at all.
They need to do something. Figure out something.
I mean, we've got, again, I said it last week, and I'm starting to get more and more worried that we've got a who is it that was back there with the Houston Texans? That guy that was that Carr, the other Carr, not David, but not Derek, but David.
David Carr, guy with the Houston Texans. And he got his clock wrong every single
that
play.
Guy, God, when you would watch highlights the next day, you were just like, that guy is just getting killed every week. And they made him like gun happy. Like he was gun-shy. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, gun-shy. And I mean, pretty wrecked his career.
Dude, I was feeling like that about Justin Fields last year. He was getting freaking destroyed.
No, he was getting freaking destroyed this year until like half the game before ours, and then in ours he just like kicked their butts.
With all of this being said, Sam Howell still threw for 388 yards in this game.
Huh.
388. Did it seem like he threw for that many yards? Not to me.
Not to me. Not at all.
And he spread the ball around. But we had some dudes dropping the ball. DME Brown dropped a few that I thought he should have had.
He had one that it looked like, I mean, it hit him in the hands.
Yeah. Oh, we got St. Juice also, apparently, out of that Trent Williams thing. So basically we've got St. Juice, who I guess is our slot cornerback, and we've got Sadiq Charles, who is he a starter? I don't think so. He's like,
I think he's a starter now. He's a starter now.
Okay, he might be a starter. That's who we got. And Keith Ismail is like packed up and gone. I don't even know where he is.
Sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, he's ended up sucking. What else do we want to say about this game? What do you guys want us to talk about? Because it's like so much crap.
It's just the same crap, a different year, same crap, different year.
Let's talk about your dog.
Let me go through the injuries. Joey Slide, shouldn't we have like competition in camp this week for him at this point? Really? Like, didn't we have a separate like field goal kicker in?
Yeah, Ed Bagley Jr. was in camp against them.
Well, go get that guy out of Hollywood. Go to Hollywood and go get him. Bring him in.
And go get Bagley.
Sign him up. Go get Bagley. Let me go through the injury report. Let me drink some water for a second.
I need to get some water because I've been going off for 20 minutes in my throat. But I've drank I drank all the water in my Ron John Surf Shop cup. You always joke me about this cup. Always. Man, it says always at the beach.
I don't know how that shop has become like a cult thing for people to have, but I see the stickers all over the place.
Dude, it's a cult thing for people that aren't from the beach. Like every Midwesterner is like, I need to go to Ron John Surf Shop and get myself a shirt.
Yeah, get myself a t-shirt.
And while I'm there, I'm going to get a Salt Life sticker for the back of my pickup.
Life, Salt Life.
Salt Life. Anyway. No offense to any of you guys out there that have Salt Life stickers that don't live near the ocean. All right, go ahead.
Safety Jeremy Reeves and safety Derek Forrest on the reserved injured list. Reserve, I guess, / injured list. Dejon Harris and Terrell Burgess from the practice squad have been signed to the roster. Signed defensive end Joshua Pryor, safety Sean Chandler, and safety Joshua Kalu to the practice squad.
What about our other dudes that are coming off of IR, like Fedarian Mathis and who else? There was another guy. Another injury we had early in the season. He should be coming back. And I'm not talking about Milne, because he can stay on IR as long as he wants. I got to go look up our freaking roster now and see what our depth chart is.
I'm looking at the where is injured reserve? Apke? Oh, you're probably talking about your buddy Troy Apke.
He's not on the team, is he?
He's on injured reserve, dude.
No, he's not.
He is.
He got cut, I thought.
No, he's on injured reserve / injured. He's on there with David Bada Bing.
Gosh.
Well, now he's got Derek Forrest, Darian Mathis, Dax Milne, Yafe Obata, and Abada.
No, that's what I'm saying. Obata was the other guy.
That super tall tight end that used to be a quarterback, Amari Rogers.
Obata is the one.
Armani Rogers and Caden Smith.
Dude.
Who doesn't even have a picture.
Obata is the one that I think should be coming back this week. Him and Fedarian Mathis.
Not Bada. You want Obata, not Bada.
Well, I don't know the difference between them. I'm just saying Obata, I think, is the one that's coming back from what I've heard.
They're both international football players.
One's from Sweden and one's from like South Africa or something. No, France. I don't remember. Germany.
I think Bada's from Germany. I think you're right.
I can't keep it straight. This team is making me lose my mind, and I can't take it anymore.
He's a native of Munich, Germany.
Who is going?
F.A. Obata is from.
He's from Munich?
That dude is, yeah. F.A. Obata is from. It doesn't say where he's from.
See, I told you they're the same person. Excellent.
No, I don't.
He knows football. He's won the league like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Okay, fair enough.
They're the same person.
Well, hopefully he had DJ Moore on his fantasy team. As a matter of fact, I don't know. It seems how many years could we have just said, and whoever the Redskins / football team / Commanders are playing this weekend, you should put the top receiver that they have in your lineup because he's just going to scorch our defense every freaking week.
Dude,
so apparently we're going to have Jartavius Martin in, who hasn't played hardly anything.
No, he hasn't.
But they say he's full participant last week, and St. Juice was as well. So hopefully they're still good.
Dude, did I talk about this before we started recording? Because I've already been ranting for a half an hour before we even went on. Or did I talk about this before the podcast? How every team that has a bad streak.
Yeah.
Was that on the podcast?
Before, I think.
The Bears had lost 14 straight games, and they come in and beat us. Anytime you're going to a game against us and you hear an announcer say, this team hasn't won in 14 games, then you know we're going to lose. Anytime they're like, this running back hasn't run for more than 10 yards in a game in 5 years, then you know he's going to get 250. Anytime there's a receiver that hasn't had a touchdown for 4 years because of injury, you know he's going to get at least 2. But I mean, you can just count on it. And I'm sick of that stuff happening too. And our team is so dumb that we have one guy that goes by 2 names, depending on if you're going with his German pronunciation or his English pronunciation. David Bada and F.A. Obata are one guy, according to X Factor 357, yet they take up 2 roster positions due to clerical error.
To Aaron.
Due to a clerical error, we have two guys.
One
guy taking up 2 roster positions on this team.
This podcast is going to be called that. Clerical error, Aaron.
Oh my god! Can't take it.
Oh,
if you're ready for this, I'm out of control.
Yeah. We don't know what the injuries are going forward. We don't get the this week's injury report till tomorrow. But man, I'm just so sick of all the stuff. The thing is, all of us we were just like, we have a new owner, it's gonna be great and all this stuff, but then we have like it, what do you call it? Like, it's just an off year. I mean, we couldn't replace our coaches, we couldn't replace our GM. We just got to play it out with the people we have. Ron Rivera's checked out. I think it's obvious he's checked out. He was not in it at all. What does he do?
Every game.
Every game. Let's go into games and kicks.
Sorry. Okay, let's do it.
I was just supposed to say Aaron.
And now, the coveted and ever-elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award, as usual, is brought to you by Dick's Pitch. When you have to hold on to the ball and not fumble it, Logan Thomas, Antonio Gibson.
Antonio Gibson. Ah!
Be sure to use Dick's Pitch. Remember to re-dip at the half. Dick's Pitch, available at Dick's and other fine sporting goods stores. Dick's Pitch.
Make sure you re-dip at the half.
Yeah, re-dip.
Just like Magic Johnson.
Re-dip at the half. Well, I already foreshadowed my game ball. It's going to Greg Stroman Jr.
making up for when he never had that when he was here.
Yeah, but when he plays against us, he'll have the best game of his life. See, that's what I'm saying. You can have scrubs that suck their whole career when they play for us, and they'll go to another team and just ball out. It happens every single time.
It's gonna change. We're just going through like a weird kind of like leap year where we're gonna have to deal with all this stuff. And like I said, it's good. We're gonna finish on the Sunday at like 4:25. And then at like 8:01 a.m. on Monday morning, it's going to be Rod Rivera's is going out on his rear end and getting that last $7.5 million per year as a coach. $7.5 million per year as a coach.
To sit there and do nothing.
Year to go away.
Dude, here's what I think. This is what I'm wanting to happen right now. You're saying we can't get anyone right now? I say we go ahead and oust Ron Rivera. And Josh Harris goes in and talks to his good buddy and business partner and convinces him just to take over for the rest of the year as interim head coach. My man, Joe Jackson Gibbs 3.0. And what would Joe say to him when he brought it up? Hey, Joe, will you take over the team for the rest of the year?
Hey, Joe.
He would laugh at him. He's like, I am not doing that.
I'm not putting myself through that kind of stress at this age. You got to be crazy.
He's like, dude, I'm like 80 years old, however old he is. But wouldn't it be cool if he did? What if they came out tomorrow and were like, dudes, we're firing Ron Rivera and Joe Gibbs is taking over for the rest of the year. I mean, they've done crazier things when Dan Snyder was involved. He fired our coach and our offensive coordinator and got some dude that was calling bingo at a retirement center to come call plays. Would you rather have Joe Gibbs?
Dude.
Would you rather have Joe Gibbs for the rest of the year or whoever that dude was that was calling bingo game at some retirement center? I'd rather have Joe
I've been
Jackson
calling
Gibbs.
for back when we had Norvell Sr. as our head coach for so terribly long for being a mediocre coach. Wow, this sounds so familiar. And I was just harping on him getting fired after every single game. And then you and I went to that Giants game that we lost like 9-7 because he put in the wrong field goal kicker because we had 2 field goal kickers on the roster. Two.
Who?
And he put the wrong one in. The wrong one in who could not kick it that far because he was like 100 years old.
Eddie Murray.
He was 44 years old. He's like, I can't kick it past 45.
He's
And
like,
so he
I'm
put him
good.
in for like a 50-something yard field goal. It's like, dude. And so, of course, it fell short. We lost. Giants won. Dan Snyder fired him that night, I guess.
But before he even kicked it, half the stadium got up and started walking out.
Because we knew. We knew what was going to happen.
I know. You might as well have thrown a Hail Mary at that point. But we're talking about games 30 years ago. Let's talk about this game. No, I'm done talking about this game. Did you give your game ball? No, you didn't.
Oh, man, I was hoping I was going to be able to get away with it.
Well, I gave mine to Greg Stroman. You could give yours to, that other former Panther. DJ Moore.
Oh, yeah, DJ Moore. Yeah, man. God, he totally kicked our rear end. Montez Sweat had 1.5 sacks. Sure.
John Allen had one. Well, I'm going to give mine to Chase Young because I think I read somewhere that he had the most quarterback hurries or pressures or something. He had like 10 or 11 of them in this game.
That's good.
So
yeah.
He couldn't get home, but at least he was playing. And he looked really upset when they were losing, unlike some people.
Say, that reminds me. So you were watching the same game I was, and early on we were getting our butts just handed to us, and they showed Josh Harris like up in his booth, like standing up with a drink in his hand, just like laughing up a storm.
He was housed.
I'm sure he was. But right at the end of them showing him, like a lady goes, "Hey, look, you're on screen." He looks over and he goes instantly, like he stops smiling because he kind of gets this "oh crap" kind of look on
like
his
he's
face,
busted.
like he was busted. He sat down and put the drink down.
Yeah, like there were some people upset about that. I was like, we don't even know the context of what he was laughing about. It could have just been like, "Hey, dude, you're firing these guys tomorrow, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, I need to." It could have been something like that. We have no idea.
Really. Yeah, they probably were laughing about all that because, I mean, they're lame duck coaches. Yeah. Really,
also,
he's just waiting for the end of this year just like everybody else is.
Dude, and if you ponied up $6 billion for a team to come out and play like that and you want to laugh about it to cope, more power to you. Do whatever you need to cope. Because sometimes you can't.
That didn't bother
the
me at
only
all.
thing you can do is laugh. It's so bad. I just spent $6 billion for this. Magic.
Good. Maybe that's what they were saying. I spent $6 million for this
billion
crap.
Yeah, and then Magic, he wasn't having it. He was up there the whole game looking like. And then he had that tweet, which I'm sure you saw, about the team playing without heart and this and that. And
give me 3 claps.
Give me 5 claps. Give me 3 cheers for the Redskins. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a problem with seeing him laughing. Now, if it was a player,
no.
On the field, if it was a coach,
on the field, yeah.
But that dude was probably trying to cope at that point, and he was
probably trying to deal with like, man, and he was probably wasted. And he was probably like, man, these guys suck. We're going to be, they're worse than I think.
We need to get.
But dude, don't freak out. Don't freak out, Josh Harris, because really, I think a lot of the problems are just the coaches suck.
The coaches suck.
The coaches suck. I bet we could get a lot better if we get some younger, offensive minded, like, let's freaking go. Let's blitz the freaking quarterback. Let's go.
And let's use some of our draft picks for offensive guys. Our best offensive player, Terry McLaurin, was a 3rd-round pick, don't forget. And we lucked into having him.
And we lucked into having him thanks to Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins was like, draft my buddy. Draft my buddy. Yeah.
Hey, draft my buddy. And he ended up being, like, might as well be a 1st-round pick for us.
Yeah. But anyway, what what was I getting at here? So yeah, they're gonna fire Ron Rivera any day now, and Joe Jackson Gibbs is going to take over for the rest of the year. Ryan Kerrigan will be defensive coordinator, and Jennifer King is going to be promoted to something. And I'm also, dude, while you're on this subject, and I've seen a few rumblings of this in weeks leading up to this, is their concern about EB's play calling.
Well, yeah, just like we've been saying, you ran the ball 6 times.
No,
and you didn't run the ball from halfway through the second quarter on. That's not good.
No, it's not good. It's not good. I don't care if you're a Madden lover in football.
If I remember correctly, he was saying that they were falling behind and he had to pass to try to catch up. It's like, no, you don't. Not in the second quarter, you don't.
Not in the second quarter. No.
Man.
What we needed to do was, Now, when it got into the third quarter and the offense, once Logan Thomas fumbled that ball after we started the comeback, I was like, okay, you might need to pass more often, but not every play. Not every single play.
That just gives them the impotence to double team not just Terry McLaurin, our number one threat, who they double teamed like a normal team would do, but also other people like Logan Thomas, who I think led us in receptions.
He did. He had 7 or 8.
9 for 77 and a touchdown, and also.
Dude, I'm looking at our depth chart here. And we have Percy Butler starting now.
Right.
In place of Derek Forrest. Cameron Curl, we don't even have a backup strong safety behind Curl. We have a free safety, Terrell Burgess, who I think you just said we promoted, right, this week?
Yeah.
But that's it. We don't have any other safeties. Percy, Cam, and Terrell are it. There's no one else. And then cornerback-wise, we have Quan Martin, who I guess you said is going to switch in and out with Benjamin St. Juste. I don't know. And we only have... What happened to... what's his face?
Randolph
the guy,
Scott.
Khalil Hudson. Oh, he's there.
That's a good question.
They're showing him as starting linebacker now.
Yeah.
But we only play 2, so he never gets to actually play.
We only play 2, so he never gets to play. It's Jam and Davis, who flies around, makes one insanely athletic tackle and then disappears. And Cody Barton, who's apparently on the field somewhere, calling plays on defense. The Mike. It's the best Mike. See, we're gonna get better, but we're gonna get better players in the future. It's just,
oh my gosh.
Pretty much, I'm almost at the point where I'm just we're just gonna have to write off this season and just hope the players do as well as they can despite the coaching. And just get to the end of it and let them fire all those guys, finally get them out the door, and get all that Dan Snyder crap out there, and let's go forward and win some football games with modern coaches and modern ideas.
And offensive draft capital. And maybe an offensive line. How about that?
If you don't have an offensive line and defensive line, then I mean that's your foundations of football.
And let's talk about
old school, but
let's talk about our defensive line. Why does every time someone runs on them, they get 8 yards?
That's a good question.
This dude, I'm going to go back to it. Hold on, I'm going back. So this dude that they did have running, Khalil Herbert, before he got injured, was 10 for 76. That's 7.5 yards per carry, like I was saying.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
How?
Every
These guys
week,
are
dude.
top draft picks. Every single one of them.
6 first-round picks on our defense. I guess it's 5 now, so that's since.
But in the middle,
Forbes has been sat down.
But in the middle, dude, we've got.
Well, dude, sometimes you'll see when they're lining up and they're putting Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne, and they're spreading them kind of way out like this, and so sometimes they have a natural gap in the middle. And the teams that have decent quarterbacks that can like change the plays at the line and coaches that know what's going on, we're just like, hey, let's run it up the middle. You see it all the time.
To which I would say a linebacker should fill that gap, and that linebacker is another first-round draft pick in Jamin Davis. And guess what? The linebackers just disappear. When they hike the ball, it's like they miraculously evaporate off the field. And every once in a while, like you said, will come up for one tackle. But most of the time, you don't even see them. Like, where are they? You only see them if they're 8 or 10 yards down the field. You don't. I don't know.
Yep.
I would go back and watch this game, but I can't bring myself to do it. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. We'll bet X Factor and analyze it and give us his thoughts, since he has the all 22 and all that pro football focus stuff, and that's how he wins the league every year. Anyway, let's see. He's saying his game ball, speak of the devil, X Factor 357, is going to Sam Howell. He's the only person that got me any real. Are we talking about fantasy? We're not talking about that, dude. Sorry. We're not bringing fantasy in here. You can give your game ball to Sam Howell, but not because of fantasy. That's a rule on here.
Starting now, that's a rule.
No game balls because of fantasy numbers. So he's gonna have to give another one. All right, he said Chase is looking better and better each game. Okay.
He just does not say fantasy stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I made you guys a special room to talk about fantasy.
That's right, you did. Dude, you're supposed to be talking about the Harry Hog Fantasy Football League. The Harry Hog Football Fantasy Football League in the Harry Hog Football Fantasy Football League room. In our Discord chat.
Go to your room, son.
Go to your room. Tell me what I did.
You talked about fantasy football as a part of your game ball. You have now been banned for 5 minutes from the Discord room. Go to your fantasy football room. It's his special room. He's grounded. You have to stay in your room, dude. Don't come into the peanut gallery for 2 weeks. All right. So here we go. We have to give their kicks now. Hold on. Let me bring this up. Let's see. Is it gonna work?
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
This week's Kicking the Balls Award, as usual, is brought to you by Ridapoo. For all the doo-doo that you do, there's Ridapoo available at all your favorite pharmacies and Walmart. Ridapoo. For all the doo-doo that you do.
That you do!
Anyway, you want to go first on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
My kick of the balls goes to Ron Rivera for sucking as a coach and not doing anything. God.
He does. He calls timeouts at the end of a game that we've obviously lost to prolong the misery. He does that. All right, I'm giving mine to Jack Del Rio because there is no excuse, none, for having 6 out of the last 7 first-round draft picks for the team and for them giving up 40 points to a team that has lost 14 games in a row. 14. No excuse.
Because your DA self didn't put a second person on their number one target.
Their only target, number one. They only had one wide receiver target. That's it. His only target got 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. And they had another dude that almost caught a touchdown, but remember it was like overthrown by Justin Fields. Early in the game, the dude was wide open, and it went over him by like 3 yards. Like the very beginning of the game, and we're just like, oh my.
I can't remember who that was. It was probably
Mooney.
Moore.
It was Mooney.
Man.
Hey, I disconnected from the stream for a second. It just said reconnecting. Nope. So maybe we should round this thing out.
All right.
Yeah, I know I'm here, but it did say it disconnected for a second. So, Yeah, so anyway, let's see who in the chat room has one. Chen in Nova Scotia's. Oh, he gave his game ball to Mayo because he was not on the field to do that. Okay, and X Factor is giving his kick to Ron. This was a letdown from the top to bottom, so that's on the head coach. Oh, I know, he said so in the post-game conference.
Guys,
It starts with me. It starts with me, and we got to get better, and we will, and we'll look at the tape, correct some things. There's a lot of growth in the locker room, a growth of sucking.
Cut! Oh, Aaron, you've disappeared. There you are.
I disappeared?
I thought you froze.
Oh, I was just freezing.
Freezing.
Chen in Nova Scotia's kick goes to the guy his wife said looked like he was spun around like a top. Forbes for the second week in a row. Who also got benched. They need to bench Del Rio.
Yeah.
Put Jennifer King in there. Serious.
Move up. Number 91 and have Jennifer King back him up.
Yeah. Joe Jackson Gibbs at the top. EB calling plays. Joe
Bench
Gibbs
coordinator
telling you need to run more. and Jennifer King.
Ryan Kerrigan and Ryan Kerrigan on the D.
Something. And then we're...
Oh, she might have to stick with the running game, though. I don't know. I don't know what her specialty is.
Well, she's got to be better than Jack Del Rio. I can tell you that. Give her a shot. I'm serious.
Maybe she's got a secret playbook. We need Jennifer King's secret playbook.
Anyway. All right. I think we should round this thing out, dude.
All right.
So, let's do it.
Yeah,
like
they're putting too much on his plate in this first year. I agree. Forbes is getting too much. He needs help, and he needs to get out there.
Yeah, not on an island.
Yeah.
Like to give a shout out to everyone that bared down with us in the chat room.
Man, I hate staying up for those late games. I'm getting old.
X Factor 357, Chen in Nova Scotia, DJ Cool 4 was in here. You know who we haven't seen in a while? Shanny.
Will?
Where's Shanny been?
He pops up.
Yeah,
He pops up during games, I think.
Yeah, he was during the game. Anyway, send us some email, hhfpodcast@gmail.com. Call us on the hog line, 202-735-1788. Of course, join the Discord room, tinyurl.com/HarryHF, where people are very active 24/7, especially during the game.
Oh, we just suck. Man. What do you think we're going to do this weekend against the Falcons? You think we're going to see Taylor Heineke come in the game?
Hold on, dude.
Do a touchdown pass against their defense?
I got my notebook. What did I say we're going to do? Heineke is pumped but doesn't play. Oh, by the way, on the Bears game, I called us to squeak it out 10-6. FYI.
Whoops.
Heineke is pumped but doesn't play. Ritter, 2 touchdowns to Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Hal lights it up for 4 touchdowns, all to Terry, 28-14 Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, our outro ended. Let me start it again. Anyway, with that being said, I think that wraps it up. We'll talk to... Oh, we didn't even talk about Dallas.
Oh, dude.
Wait a second.
I believe there was a game that ended 42-10, just like Super Bowl 22 did.
And you guys know that I always say that Dak Prescott is so overrated, and he's getting trashed for that game. Of course, I didn't watch it. I did not watch it because I can't really stand to watch Dallas. But
which means that you missed George Kittle and Vince showing off his Dallas T-shirt, his F Dallas T-shirt On the field. Awesome. Man.
All you guys need to do that, man. Seriously. That was awesome.
It's too bad Steve has sucked for a long time. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with it for the season. We're gonna have to deal with it for the season.
Yeah.
It'll get better.
Yep. Anyway, all right. We're finally actually gonna end this thing. Right?
Great.
All right. Everybody, we'll talk to you guys next week. And what I was getting to, if you see a Cowboys fan,
you know what to do. Yoka!